Hello folks, welcome back to the show here on FlickDirect, where I give you all the latest that happened in entertainment news throughout the week, and then I give you guys my personal take on the matter at hand. I'm your host, Austin Putnam, and before I go on, I do want to apologize that there wasn't a show last weekend. We were up in Orlando covering Orlando's Holiday Universal's Macy's Day Parade, so if you guys do want to see our coverage, please go to the link in the description below. We had a lot of fun. I got some really fun interviews in. The Macy's Day Parade was amazing, and the Hogsmeade Light Show always was just magical and ever since store. But anyways, getting back on track, there was a lot that happened this week, and I mean a crap ton. So let's start off by talking about some Joker, shall we? I feel like I'm saying this every week, and I'm going to reiterate myself every week. I feel like we keep talking about Joker every week because it just keeps popping up, and you know what? I'm okay with talking about Joker every week because I love Joker. I've seen it twice. I want to see it a third time before it leaves theaters. Hopefully I can see it before Thanksgiving, but we'll see. Though I'm going to get back on track because there's a lot of reports from a lot of websites saying, oh my god, Joker 2 is in the works with Todd Phillips, Joaquin Phoenix, and Scott Silver coming back to make it. And here's the thing, guys. Where's the confirmation on this? Now, there are a couple of reasons why that people are thinking that Joker is getting a sequel. Mainly because it made a lot of money. Joker made over $1 billion at the box office, to which... And if I have my facts straight, Joker is the first R-rated film to make $1 billion, and apparently as well, Todd Phillips is getting a $100 million payday or something close to that, to which, dude, I mean, if anything, I feel like that Joaquin Phoenix be paid that much because he's the one who played the Joker, but knowing that Todd Phillips is getting that payday, I mean, congrats still, but wow. But of course, since that Joker made buttloads of money, over $1 billion, people are speculating that a sequel is being made, into which Todd Phillips has stated multiple upon multiple times it ain't happening. Like, he even said this on a red carpet interview, and he's actually said this multiple times that they pitched it as one movie. But to everyone speculating about a Joker sequel, unless if Todd Phillips himself or Joaquin Phoenix himself says, yes, a Joker sequel is on the way, don't buy any of it. On to our next news story, we go into the realm of horror, as it turns out that the estate of Wes Craven are taking pitches for possibly a new Nightmare on Elm Street movie. Now, when it comes to the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise, this is one of the most beloved franchises out there, and I'm not gonna lie, I have not seen all the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. I've seen the original, Dream Warriors, which, by the way, awesome flick. New Nightmare, I saw the remake, unfortunately, which I hate. And I also saw Freddy vs. Jason, if that counts as being the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise. I don't know why they're doing this without Wes Craven. I mean, of course, Wes Craven, as you all know, passed away years ago, to which, R.I.P. Wes Craven. I mean, the original Nightmare on Elm Street is one of my favorite horror films of all time. I mean, when I saw that film, I literally could not sleep. I was too afraid. However, I will say this. Even though I do think that they should leave Nightmare on Elm Street alone, if they get the right filmmaker behind it, you know what? I'm curious to see what they do. But I don't know, other than that, I just feel like that they should leave Nightmare on Elm Street alone, unless if there happens to be an amazing elevator pitch. But we will see how it goes. Going away from that, we now go into Star Wars territory. So, as you all know, After Rise of Skywalker premieres in December, to which I'm really excited about that film. As you all remember, we talked about this about a week or so ago on the show, that After Rise of Skywalker premieres, that Star Wars will be taking a bit of a hiatus to make a new trilogy, because there will be a brand new Star Wars trilogy happening from 2022 to 2026. And apparently, Kathleen Kennedy will not be in charge. This is going to be a brand new person headlining Star Wars from 2022 to 2026, and the first director will be revealed. Well, I don't know if it's the first director or the person in charge of it all, but they will be revealed next year. And all I'm going to say is this. There are a couple people that I can see being in charge of this. Now, the biggest speculation as to who is being in charge of the new Star Wars trilogy is Kevin Feige, because I don't know if you guys remember, we talked about this on the show a couple weeks back, but Kevin Feige, there was a report in which he was called in Lucasfilm, I believe that's how the story went, to talk about Star Wars with Kathleen Kennedy. If he's the one in charge, I think that's an amazing idea, because of what he's done with the MCU makes him a perfect candidate. But there's also two other people that come to mind. If you guys have seen The Mandalorian, you know what I'm talking about. Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau. For what Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau have done with this show, you know what? If they're the ones in charge, that makes me feel even more excited, because The Mandalorian so far has been nothing short of amazing, and I would love to see Jon Favreau take on a Star Wars movie. Are you kidding me? Regardless, though, if this new trilogy is in any of these guys' hands, Star Wars will be in amazing hands, and I cannot wait to see what any of these three bring. Seriously, if it's any one of them, I'll be ecstatic as can be. Now we move on to TV news, more specifically the Lord of the Rings show that will be on Amazon Prime. When it was announced that Amazon would be making a Lord of the Rings series, I was a little skeptical, but when I saw all the people that would be involved in this thing, and when I saw who would be cast this thing, you know what? I've gotten more and more optimistic about this thing. Now get this, guys. Amazon's Lord of the Rings series has not even had season 1 premiere yet, and already it's being picked up by a season 2. And the other thing is this, to my knowledge, there hasn't even been a release date announced for the Lord of the Rings TV series. I think they're still in production right now. I even know where they're at. I hope it's good. I mean, Lord of the Rings is one of the greatest franchises out there, and knowing that they've already picked up for a season 2, damn. So it gives me a further incentive to keep Amazon Prime. So anyways, I'm looking forward to seeing Lord of the Rings when it finally hits on Amazon Prime. On to our next news story, we go into the realm of movie release dates, and it turns out that The King's Man, the prequel to the Kingsman franchise, has been delayed once again. Originally, the film was actually supposed to come out this month, and then it was delayed till February, but now it has been confirmed that The King's Man has been delayed once again till September 2020. Now, there is a lot of concern about this, but here's the thing, guys. The first Kingsman film, if I remember correctly, was delayed at least 3 to 4 times, and that film, oh my god, the original Kingsman is amazing. I actually have it in 4K down there. Talking about it makes me want to watch it right now. I have some caution, but the trailers have looked amazing so far. I love the Kingsman franchise. Well, like I said, Going Circle I liked, but still, I'm excited to see The King's Man nonetheless, despite being delayed once again. But remember again, Kingsman the Secret Service was delayed 3 to 4 times, and this has been delayed 3 times, so they had to be polishing it or something to make it as good as it can, so I'm looking forward to it nonetheless. And on to our final news story of the week, we have some news surrounding Justice League. Yeah, remember that movie that came out a couple years ago? I'm not gonna lie, I liked Justice League. It wasn't great, but you know what? I had a fun time with it. But ever since its release, as we all know, before it came out, there was a mandate that Justice League had to be about 2 hours long. And supposedly, there has been a Snyder cut that was edited by Zack Snyder himself. But apparently the demand for the Snyder cut is so big that not only fans been asking for it, but the cast themselves been asking for it. And yes, Jason Momoa, Gal Gadot, Ben Affleck, and including director Zack Snyder himself have been saying, release the Snyder cut. So, all I'm going to say is this, is there a Snyder cut at this point? I mean, is there really? Given how the film was so choppily edited, I honestly am curious to see how Zack Snyder did edit his movie. I mean, the film was way too short. This film should have been at least 2 hours and 45 minutes, given how much was going on, but still, a Snyder cut? I would love to see this. I'm not joking. I would like to see a Snyder cut of Justice League. I like this movie more than Batman v Superman. You heard me. I really did. Alrighty guys, and that is going to do it for this week's show. Please comment down, let me know below, how do you guys feel about the conflicting reports about a Joker sequel? Do you guys want there to be a Joker sequel? Do you think that it should stay a standalone film? Also, when it comes to the pitches that the West Craven Estate wants for Nightmare on Elm Street, are you curious to see what these pitches would be? When it comes to the new Star Wars trilogy, who do you guys want to be in charge? Dave Filoni, Jon Favreau, Kevin Feige, or really, who would you want to be in charge of Star Wars in general? Also, when it comes to Amazon's Lord of the Rings series, are you excited knowing that they picked up season 2? Does this give you even more excited for a season 1? Or do you think they're counting their chickens before they hatch? Also, when it comes to the Kingsman prequel being delayed once again, does this make you guys a bit cautious to knowing how the final film will come out? And finally, when it comes to a Snyder cut of Justice League, do you guys want to see a Snyder cut, or do you just wish this would all be laid to rest? Let me know below. I hope you guys enjoyed this week's show. If so, please hit that like button, share, subscribe. Also, don't forget to hit that notification bell for whenever a new video from us goes live. If you guys want to see our previous 2 news shows, please click either right there or there. And of course, until next week's show, we'll see you guys next week. Have a great week, guys.